Okay, I'm going to import another one. So remember, we go to Tools and Feature Class to Feature Class. So it's right here already. And then we're going to do is the Tracks one and click OK. And Output Feature Class, we're going to name it Tracks. So okay, Tracks. Alright, so and then click Run. So when it finishes, it will add it there for us. Now we're going to import a data table into a geodatabase. So next we're going to import the data table from some 2010 census tract data for Maricopa County. The table is in a common format for data sharing, comma separated values. So CSV, comma separated values. The first row of the table has attribute names, and the subsequent rows have data with values separated by commas to delineate columns. A non-printing line feed character is at the end of each row, signaling the end of the row. The figure shows some rows of the table we are about to import, where GeoIdentifier is the Census Bureau's ID number for census tracts, and the other attributes are census data. Note that if the table we want to import is a Microsoft Excel workbook, we can save the table as a CSV file and then import that version of the table, comma separated values. Data has the advantages of being easily imported into ArcGIS Pro, where areas depending on how the computer is set up. Excel workbook tables may not be recognized by GIS Pro, and sometimes ArcGIS ArcMap 10.4 doesn't work neither. So now we're going to search for Open the Table tool, and we're going to import rows, browse to Chapter 4, and then table to table. So now we're going to do is tracks is already here, and then let's see, tracks, yeah. Okay, then I'm going to do is go to Tools, and this time I want table to table. Okay, and convert it. So input rows, so going to go to the census data, CSV geodatabase, and output, I'm going to put census data, and then click Run. And close the geoprocessing, and we already import it here, and right click on it. Oh no, I don't like that. Okay, float. Oh, actually for swimming, I don't know how to float. Anyway, so that's our data for census. And now we're going to use database utilities of the catalog pane. Now we can create, copy, rename, and delete the file geodatabase in the catalog pane. We can do the same with feature classes and tables. Suppose that we would like to share the tracts feature class and census data table with others. Next, we will create a new file geodatabase for sharing, copy the spatial data we want to share to it, and rename the feature class and table. Now on the project button, we're going to right corner of the ArcGIS Pro window and open catalog pane. So go to view. Oh, it's right here. So because I dock it here, and then I'm going to expand Chapter 4. It's right here, and right click database and go to right click databases, expand this and click new file geodatabase. New file geodatabase. Okay. So Chapter 4 is at the folder. Expand, right click databases. Where is databases? Data. It doesn't have a databases. Tutorial folder, open this, okay, and browse to open tutorial folder. Oh, right here. Okay, right click on it and then oopsies. I don't want to rename it. Okay. Okay, then I cannot have right click here and new file geodatabase. See, browse to open this folder. Everything. Oh, okay. Chapter 4 is here. And let's see. Okay, databases is right here. Okay. All right. Okay, right here. And I'm going to new file geodatabase and put it here, tutorial. Okay. And then file geodatabase is right here. And I'm going to type Maricopa tracts and click save. So now we can see the Mary Chapcot file databases added here, and then go back to here and tracts, right click on it and just click copy and back to this, and we just can paste it here and paste, copy and paste. Perfect. Okay, and now we can see it's running. Copy the census data table from chapter 4 and then census table, and we will do tracts. Right click the census data and we will rename it. So the table, right click and copy and paste it here. Paste. And now we're going to change it into tracts income data. Now we have just tracts feature class and corresponding data table repacking in the Maricopa tracts geodatabase file geodatabase. Now we can share with others. We don't need this file geodatabase for any further processing here, so we can just delete it. But let's rename it first, and I can just say rename tracts income data. For example, the boss tell you that you don't need it anymore, we can just delete it. Instead of just remove, we delete it. And now we're going to modify an attribute table. So much of that gets processed or displayed in a GIS depends on attributes columns in tables. So to get tables in the desired form, we must know how to delete, create, and modify attributes. So now we save this, and I don't want to rename, and I can just right click on tracts. So close it out, right click on tracts, and then I can just go to zoom to layer and create a bookmark. Go back to bookmark, create a one, and I would just name it Maricopa County. So symbolize tracts and cities with no color and cities with a wide darker gray outline than tracts. So right click and go to symbology, and symbol I would just say property, no color. Outline color, it will be cities with a wider and darker gray. So a wider, darker gray, so darker gray, and I would say maybe 2. Let's apply and see what's going on. Perfect. It may be a little darker, and I would do maybe 3. Click apply there. So it's 2. So let's just do 2.7. Click apply. Okay, so going to delete unneeded columns. So many feature classes have extra or unnecessary attributes from the user's point of view that we do not need to, and we can delete. In the contents pane, we can right click on let's go back here. So I think this is fine. So right click on tracts and go to open attribute table, and then and we can just close it out, or I can just go here and go to fields view, but I don't need the fields view. Go to just design and then fields. So this is the field view. It's the same. Now, it's just crazy. I don't really like docked feature. Can you not be saved as a floating? Okay, so this view allows we to modify and create attributes in a table. We cannot delete the primary key, object ID, or the shape and shape length right here, and the shape area attributes because they are essential. These fields are dimmed, so you see they are grayed out. We cannot do anything, but we cannot modify them. They are dimmed, so we cannot modify them. And GIS ID, the GeoID 10 is the tracked geocode that we need later to join the table. So, but all the other fields are candidates for deletion for the purpose here. So now, on a group of time, we're going to press and hold Shift key and select rows, cross out the figure by clicking the first and then the last row of the group, and then click within a group and click delete. So ArcGIS Pro cross out the fields but does not delete them until we click save. So review selections for deletion before actually deleting. If we decide to keep any of the fields, we can right click and click restore delete item. So now I'm going to select hit shift and until right here, and we do need this. Oopsies, I shouldn't hit this, and then click control. Alright, so now I can just click delete. So, and then save. And close field design and examine the tracks table, so we don't have everything here. That's a lot better there. So now it's more clean, and we want the data. It's all here. So delete all fields from cities except from the dim fields and the geography ID and the name time. Type city for name. 10 for okay, so let's observe. So it's a lot of field. Yeah, name 10 we will do cities. Yeah, name 10 we will do city. Alias, view fields. Okay, view fields. Okay, the grayed out item. Okay, that's the one we need. And hit shift until this one, and we do need control, hit control, and then go to delete. Okay, so let's find which one is restore delete. Let's see. Right click and click restore delete item. Right click. Yeah, it's right here. Anyway, I'm going to type the alias. For this one, it will be city, and then save. There. Once you delete it and you save it, I don't think you can restore them. Exam geocode in tables to be joined. So now we're going to prepare for joining a data table, census data, to the attribute table of the tracts feature class on one-to-one basis. Each row or record in the table has one and only one matching record in tracts. Joining to one-to-one table makes a wider table, so you increase the number of columns while leaving the number of rows the same. And in common, and it's common in GIS. Joining two tables together requires each table to have an attribute with the matching values stored as the same data type, for example, numeric or text. For census tracts data, the matching values are in census tracts geocode and geography ID 10 in tracts and a geography ID in census data. So